half an hour here on BBC Two.
From London, this is Strictly It Takes Two. Please welcome your host, Zoe Ball.
Hello and welcome to It Takes Two. If you're missing Halloween already, we've still got a few tricks up our sleeves, including an exclusive listen to what our couples will be dancing to this weekend in Tunes on Tuesday. Ooh. And from the jukebox to the booth of truth, our pros will be spilling the beans. Exciting. But first, it's time to reveal who's in our green room tonight. It's none other than Daisy and Aliash. Gorgeous. And also Ori and Joanne. The ginger beard. Plus, he's the busiest choreographer on the planet. Dance Supremo, Jason Gilkerson. Jason's going to be answering some of your questions later in the show. But first, they danced like it was Day of the Dead on Saturday and ended up in the bottom two for the second week running. Luckily, the judges gave them a lifeline and they lived to dance another day. It's Daisy and Aliash.
It's really lovely to see that dramatic, strong Daisy now. A really nice rounded performance.
It was a little bit hit and miss. Some of the time, full of aggression, full of attack. Then you'd get to another bit and it would sort of just loosen out a bit.
The choreography was great. You look fantastic and I adored the dance.
Watching that again, Daisy and Aliash, welcome. Dramatic pasodoble. Can I just say you both looked divine as well in those outfits.
As skulls.
I know, as skulls. Beautiful ones.
It was. They were supposed to. I think that the brief was pretty skulls.
Pretty skulls.
Yeah.
No, but they did an incredible job.
Yeah, they're unbelievable.
The dress,
the hair and makeup.
Yeah, it was just incredible.
But for everyone, they kind of go over and above, and it was.
I know. It's so exciting. The dance itself. Did you enjoy it?
I loved that paso. It was. It's such a passionate dance. I had it was really difficult coming to terms with being aggressive and tough like that because I'm just not like that naturally. But once I got my head around it, I loved it so much, and I had the best time. I think when it got to Saturday night, I felt like I didn't do it as well as I had done in rehearsals.
Oh, no. Well, Aliash, you don't look like you agreed that. Were there any nerves because you'd been in the dance-off the week before? Was it any more nerve-wracking?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, and wanting to kind of prove that I deserve to be there as well.
Yeah.
And also, more than anything, just saying, you know, I'm still really enjoying it and I still can do the steps, I promise.
Oh, bless you. No.
And Aliash, you can do them well.
I know, and you do it so brilliant, and we all really enjoyed it. And then bottom two again. And that's heartbreaking, Aliash, isn't it? I mean, even for you, especially as you had such brilliant scores. I think your highest scores.
It's always tough. It's always tough. And I did know, as soon as we finished the dance on a Saturday, that Daisy did an incredible job. Yet again, wasn't being easy on her with the steps and choreography. And there was some really tricky footwork within that whole routine. And to stay in character, and the makeup was incredible. So the whole thing, I just loved the whole look, the whole dance. It was one of my favourite dances that I've ever done on Strictly, actually.
There you go. See? And a lot of love and support for you online. For example, Carol Rafferty, Evening Carol, tweeted, Daisy Lowe, shocked you're in the dance-off this week, but so pleased you're through to dance another week. Stay strong, keep smiling.
Yes.
That's good advice
Smiling?
from Carol.
Smiling.
Look at that. When Tess said your name and you went over to sort her out, obviously you couldn't really catch your breath. I was worried. I thought your knees had gone.
Yeah.
That's a horrible moment. What was going through your head at that point?
Well, I had just turned to Aliash and said, I don't think I can do that dance again.
I said, yes, we can.
And then they called our name, and I just thought, well, I'm going to have to. But actually, in all honesty, I was really pleased that I got an opportunity to do it better, because I felt like I hadn't done it as well as I could have, and then I really went for it in the dance.
You really went for it. Really went for it.
You could feel the fire.
Yeah.
Brendan said on the show yesterday, nothing like a dance-off dance to go, right, I'm bringing it.
Yeah.
I mean, you must have been like, wow.
Yeah. And again, with that makeup, and because I did tell Daisy that whenever in the routine you feel like you want to scream or shout to get more into character, do it. And there was that one point that I looked at Daisy and she shouted, and I was like, with the makeup, oh, my mum! I got out of character.
I have to say as well, the judges saved you unanimously again. They're seeing the great stuff. You want the people at home to understand that as well, and to vote. Aliash, what is it that perhaps people aren't seeing at home, do you think?
I don't know. I think that Daisy comes in every single week, and I mean, just that we got the best score this week and just proves it that she works so hard. And the steps that I'm throwing in there are really difficult every single week. And I think we just need to keep doing that. Yeah, we got some beautiful dances left this week. I love the dance we're doing this week already. I just want her to get better every week. And
Which she is doing. And just going back to that dance and how difficult the steps are you're giving, Len did say, he was full of praise for your steps. He had never seen a girl, I have to read it, it's so complicated, heel turn into a twist turn step. You'd worked so hard on that, hadn't you? Did you know actually what he meant when he said that?
I did, because Aliash had said to me previously, you have to make sure, he's like, you always get the steps right, but make sure you do that bit right, because that is important technical dance work.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you did.
Okay.
I said it much more happier. So I would really love you to know.
You had Picasso face all day. What
I did. But that is actually a really tricky step to do, because the timing is hard, and in Paso Doble, everything is fast. But to be able to do a little heel turn there, I loved it.
That is tough. He is. I love it when he's all happy, smiling. Yeah, we don't get to see training, Aliash.
No.
Now, viewers of viewers of a more sensitive disposition, or those eating their tea, may want to look away now. Daisy, here you are having a few moments of relief during training recently.
Oh, yes. 1, 2, and 3. No, more. Straight leg.
That's because I knew I was going to burp and I didn't want to burp in your face.
She's a lady.
I thought we were going to burp in your face again.
There's a ball between us, look.
It's really charming. Been waiting
Is
for
that to
one
put
for
me
ages.
in the right mood for Paso Doble? Yes.
And also,
I love that.
When it happened again today when we got back in hold, I was like, oh, thank God I'm to the left.
Yeah. I love ballroom, actually, as we look our own way.
Oh, my God. Less onions. Okay.
My grandma's going to be mortified.
Oh, no, you are a lady.
I love it.
No, it's fine. I really do burp.
I know. We all do.
Yeah.
We all admit win from various places. Now, Viennese waltz. This week, back into the ballroom, and as you say, back into hold.
Back in the hold. It feels like the womb. It's so comforting.
All right.
We haven't been able to be in hold for 4 weeks now since our quick step, and it does feel really good to get back in. I also forgot how actually painful it is to keep your arms up like this
all the time, and the head out.
It's the head, and apparently you were saying today that in the Viennese waltz it needs to be even further backwards.
Yes, every week needs to be further back. So this is now.
All right. Goodness me, I know, that lovely
Out of shot, pretty much.
position and a lovely smile.
And I get to smile.
You do get to smile,
Yay.
and we love your smile, so it's great to see that again. If we think back to your waltz, week 1, that was, it was unforgettable, excuse the pun. Are we going to see something like that again, Aliash, you think, with this being these waltz?
I think so. Waltz was beautiful.
Yeah.
And the quick step, I love the Mary Poppins quick step.
So much.
And I actually couldn't wait to get back to ballroom, because I know that Daisy loves it. And it's a song that is very self-explanatory. And I think everyone is gonna love it, but I always love a Viennese waltz on the show. It's that beautiful sort of feeling of a ball in Vienna, and doing it on that strictly forward floor is always special.
We can't.
I'm excited to dress up like a princess.
I know. Oh, we can't wait to see it, and keep the faith.
Daisy Princess.
We love you too. Daisy and Aliash. Now, like us, the pro dancers enjoy a good old gossip. Oh, yeah. So we built them a photo booth of truth, especially. Here they are, divulging all sorts. Naughty.
Which pro is always late? Well, I've noticed Anton has been late quite a few times.
Anton?
Well, it's not me. It's definitely not me.
The lovely Anton de Beck does have a tendency to waltz in whenever he likes.
It's just that the other pros get there earlier.
Some people might say it's me, Pasha. It's always 10, 20, half an hour late.
I've never seen him on time, ever.
Pasha, we are waiting for you. They think I'm late.
They're early. It's not me. I'm on time. It's just... Well, it might be me, but it's not early.
Who is the clumsiest pro? That is easily Brendan. He's always doing tricks and flipping around and jumping off tables and falls.
I am very clumsy. I do a lot of stupid things.
100% Brendan Cole.
I quite often fall, trip.
I'd say Brendan. He's just really fearless and just jumps off things and does roly-polies for no reason.
Stumble, break.
Anytime you hear something falling, you don't have to even ask. It's Brendan.
Yeah, it's a wonder I'm a dancer.
Clumsy old Cole. Now, we love an excuse to get our groove on in the It Takes Two studio, and you may have noticed we regularly do it on a Tuesday. Yep, you've guessed it, it's time for Tunes on Tuesday. Yes, with just 9 couples left in the competition, there is everything to dance for. But first, we need some music. Let's find out what's on the jukebox tonight. Oh, yes, it's the 2015 hit You Don't Own Me by Australian singer Grace. The song was produced by the legend Quincy Jones, who also produced the Leslie Gore version way back in 1963. Both singers were just 17 years old when they recorded this powerful female anthem. You go, girls. You may also recognise it from a famous Christmas ad. Yes, that's right, folks, Halloween. So yesterday, just 54 sleeps to go. Anyway, Sarah, let's find out who will be hoping to own their performance this weekend. Here we go. It's Craig and Natalie. They'll be performing a Viennese waltz to this. Very nice. Right, what's next on the jukebox? Ready? Here we go. Oh, yes. I love it. Oh, evening, you two. It's Long Tall Sally by Little Richard. This 1957 hit has been covered by Elvis Presley, The Kinks. By the way, nice frock, Daisy. Lovely. The Kinks and the Beatles. In fact, you don't look so bad, actually, Oren. Little Richard was such a big influence on the Beatles that Paul McCartney even learnt to... from listening to Little Richard. That is a true fact. Let's find out who is going to be wooing along to this track on Saturday. Look at those moves. See you, girl. Oh. It's Danny and OT. They will be doing the jive. It's going to be good. Right, time for just one more. You ready? Here we go. Yes. Oh, evening. All right. It is Bamboleo by the brilliant flamenco band Gypsy Kings, with an I, not a Y. Evening. Believe it or not, this iconic song never made it to the UK charts, but certainly stood the test of time. 28 years later, it is still stuck in our heads, and trust me, you will be bamboleoing for the rest of the night. Ever wondered what bamboleo actually means? What does it mean? What does it mean? Well, after a quick online translation, we can tell you that it means roll. Not this kind of roll, this kind.
Bamboleo, bamboleo, porque mi vida yo las prefiero vivir así.
Indeed, which means roll, roll, because I prefer to live my life this way. Basically, this is how I roll. Yeah? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think I prefer to live my life this way too. Let's find out who will be dancing along to this on Saturday. It's Laura and Javon! be doing the samba, which doesn't go like that. If you want to find out, thank you. Perfect. If you want to find out what songs the rest of our couples are dancing to this weekend, head to the Strictly website for a full list. Talking of this weekend, it's time to take an exclusive look at how rehearsals are coming along for the next big group number. And this time, our pros are bringing Cuba to Elstree. I'm so sweaty.
This week, we're taking the ballroom to South America. It's time to fiesta strictly style.
This week's dance is a big party in the streets of Cuba, so it's colourful, energetic and very exuberant. Oti's playing this character that all the men want, and the whole number is them trying to kind of compete for her attention.
We're gonna have salsa in it, bits of samba in it. The girls are looking really, really sexy and the boys are looking macho.
I love this dance. And you know what? I'm at the front for half of it until Anton comes along and pushes me back out again.
I'm the Lothario. I'm the guy that ends up with the girls. All these boys, the young whippersnappers, they're all fighting over the girl. And then she catches a sight of me. One look in my general direction basically does it.
In this dance, we're using loads of props. We have hats on, we have boxes, all we can put in. Love it.
Just imagine you on the streets of Cuba, everyone's just having fun, lots of hips going on. We will get the audience going, definitely.
The end of the number is going to be fantastic. We've got a bit of a surprise in store, special effects wise, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Right, that's all you can see for now. Tune in this weekend to join the party. You're all invited. Ciao, amigos!
It looks wild. It's time now to meet the dance mastermind behind so many of the group numbers you see on Strictly. Please welcome choreography god and all-round lovely man, Jason Gilgerson! Oh, it is so exciting. Listen to wolf whistles and everything, Jason. We just got a flash there of the weekend group dance that's coming up, Cuban Fiesta, with choreographer Matt Flint.
Yeah.
Hashtag mum crush. He's so lovely. He won, so you think he can dance? We voted for him. I love him. I mean, and that looks fantastic.
I think it's one of the fastest routines we've done this season so far. It's amazing.
And I have to say, Halloween weekend, I mean, both group dances were epic.
Yeah.
Ghost Train, which Matt choreographed, again, brilliant opening to the show.
fun,
And then
yeah.
on Sunday, the results show, Clock Strikes 12
Yeah,
with
I think
Karen and Kevin.
The best Beth Honan routine I've ever seen on the show. I mean, she does Halloween for us every year, but I think this was exceptional.
The storytelling was, in that short time, to tell this incredible story, and then at the end, it's like, no more Karen. It was great.
And I think Brendan possibly played the best evil character we've ever had on the show, so...
Our wonderful viewers have been sending in some questions for you. This is from Lisbeth. Evening, Lisbeth, who says, how do you choose which pro has to lead the different group dances?
Well, because we have so many, it's kind of easy because every pro dancer gets featured in a different routine. So by the end of the season, we've seen every single pro take the lead of one number. And so some of the choreographers, like Beth, for example, she knew exactly who she wanted for her routine this time.
Yeah.
But then, you know, I have so many, so I sort of spread it around. Like for my first routine I did, I pretty much featured all of them.
Yeah.
And then for my second routine, I kind of wanted to feature some of the new ones that have been in the show this year because no one has sort of got to know the new pros yet. So I used Gorka and Oksana, of course.
This was the beautiful Romeo and Juliet.
So, and it was really nice for me because I got to know them really well by just working with them so often as well. So it was a lovely experience for me to work with those two.
And was this like the sort of one of the first group Argentine tangos we've ever seen?
We'd never done that before, and I think I couldn't work out why we hadn't used an Argentine tango before for a group number because it's just such a beautiful dance, and I think we only get to see it late in the series, so it was a good opportunity to have it up, you know, in week 2.
And week 1, when you did the waltz to, you know, when everybody did the waltz to What the World Needs Now, I mean, there were tears. I think there were tears in our house. It was beautiful.
And not just in the room, but in the rehearsal room, it was a really beautiful experience because bringing all these people from all over the country together, I mean, we had the kids, they were from all over London, and the other people that joined us, the social dancers, they were all from up north, so they all bussed in on the day, and they hadn't seen each other. They'd been rehearsing all separately all over the country. And
so they only get to rehearse together, actually, on the day?
Yeah, so that was quite something to have. It felt like about 5,000 people on the floor at once. It was amazing.
It really was. It's making me all goosepimply even thinking about it now. We have more questions from our viewers now. Angela would like to know, who are your heroes in the dance world?
I think I'm a bit old school, so I like, you know, Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers, Gene Kelly, you know, Anton de Beek. The biggies of the dance world. I think, you know, I love old movies from the 30s and 40s, so I get a lot of my inspiration from musicals from that era. So
we've seen some real beautiful influences throughout this series as well, and Ari doing Singing in the Rain, just great. OK, Amelie asks, what are the top 3 elements that make a good dance?
A good dance on Strictly, I think you have to have a really simple concept.
Yeah.
A good technical base, but the most important thing is then a great performance, because that is going to hit it home. Okay. I think if you don't have that performance, you're not going to connect with anybody watching. And as much as you can work on technique over and over again, if you don't connect to the musicality and the performance, I think it flatlines. So that would be my 3 things, but I think performance above everything.
OK. I love it when you do the group numbers, because there's so many different dances you want to watch as well. OK, with Halloween in the bag, Blackpool is going to be here sooner than we can imagine.
Too soon, I think.
What have you got planned? You always, you know, wow us.
I think now that we've got Halloween out of the way, we can really concentrate on Blackpool coming, and I think we're going to go old school glamour this year. And I think we've done a waltz so far, we've done a tango, and I think this group number, I think Foxtrot would be a nice way to open the show. And I think I really love getting the celebrities excited about Blackpool, and when they make it to Blackpool, it's a real achievement. So I'd like to do something really special for the celebs this year.
We cannot wait. Yeah. We love your work. You're incredible. Jason Gilkison, thanks for Our final couple of the night turned the Strictly Ballroom into their very own sweet shop. And apart from the mess they made, it was an absolute treat. It's Ore and Joanne.
You just don't tire at all. You just make everything look very easy. So well done.
Your right foot never swivels. Without swivel, then it's not a Charleston.
You attempted a lift, which went a little bit dodgy, but overall, I thought it was great.
All right, and Joanne. Oh, I was hoping you'd keep the beard. I know.
Are you kidding me?
I'm just kidding.
This is enough.
I wanted to keep the wart.
Oh, the wart.
That was
the teeth.
That was a hot wart, and even nicer teeth.
Actually, you couldn't see it on TV, but they stuck eyelashes on the wart
on
so
the
that it was hairy.
This is the detail that they go to.
They're amazing.
Brilliant makeup and hair, so good. When you saw yourselves in the mirror, I mean, did you sort of jump like, what?
What did we look like?
Well,
it was silly.
My
really.
brother said I looked better.
Oh, he's such
You've
a
got to
charmer.
compliment a lady, don't you? I always felt like I was channeling Castaway, Tom Hanks and Castaway, with a little bit of Ron Burgundy on a bad day.
OK.
That's what it was.
Great mix you have going on there.
Very strange.
And then the sort of marks from the judges, we had Craig give you a 6, then you're getting 9s. I mean, it was kind of a mixed response. Still a respectable score, but your lowest since week 2. But 32, still great. So how are your feelings after the dance?
You can't complain having 32. It's an amazing score. I think for me it was the fact that we had a 6 for the first time since I think week 2 when we did Cha-Cha. So it felt like we'd gone back a little bit, but it was also so nice that the other judges at the other end of the table maybe recognised that there were some good bits in the Charleston and that we did do some of it well.
Yeah, we did.
You did a lot of it well.
Yeah, there was just that
Joe.
lift.
Yeah,
that was it.
What happened with the lift, Joe? Because we could sort of see it. It was like, hang on, something's gone a squiff. But I don't think that's even a word.
It was definitely squiffy.
That's what happened?
Sure. We didn't time it right together, so it wasn't Ori's fault. It was us as a team together. Yeah. We were supposed to do.
Off she goes.
Okay, we were supposed to do.
You're going to do it. Go on.
We're supposed to do demo. We're supposed to do back, replace, jump, bend and go over at exactly the same time. And I think watching it back, it was the back replace, the turn we didn't get in sync.
Get inside, right, OK. Yeah. I'm with you now. Yes,
I
exact
don't know exactly what that was supposed to be. And then it had a knock-on effect because it meant that we didn't have the next steps in time.
Yeah,
so.
and that's, I have to say, having danced and gone wrong in a dance on the show, I know how terrifying that is because you're thinking, oh, what happens next? Because your brain starts to race. You recovered brilliantly.
It just went blank for me.
Yeah.
And that's the first time. It's quite scary because I think we're getting to that part of the competition now when the pressure is really rising and, you know, every little step that goes wrong, you know it can affect how you get on in the competition. And it's scary because I was like, this has never happened before. I'd never not done that lift right.
But you were also really, really sweet because you felt like I was falling. So the reason why he was behind and we weren't in sync afterwards was because he was making sure that I didn't fall over on my bum. So he was trying to help me up and then he missed the beat.
And then he missed You see, it's all a beautiful thing.
You've got to do
the things you have to do for a lady.
Is to pick her up off the floor.
It's quite exciting, though, because what it does mean is there's a little bit of a reshuffle at the top of the leaderboard, which, you know, it's so competitive. It's like 1 minute someone's up there and someone else is up there. Are you feeling that sort of competitive the change amongst everyone?
I don't know. I think we're trying not to think about it as a competition. Like, when we go back to training on a Monday, it's just really nice to get back to the safety, the sanctuary of the training room and just concentrate on learning a new routine, learning the steps. I mean, from being at the top of the leaderboard twice, which was incredible, I said it last week, didn't I? There was only one way to go. So we were prepared for the fact that we weren't going to be up there again. I think it's just about how you bounce back and hopefully this
Take it as motivation.
Yes, exactly.
Work hard.
You need that, makes you work hard. And let's talk about the swivel, or the swivel issues, or the swishoos, as we like to call them now. I know you'd worked so hard on that, so that must have been frustrating.
I had worked hard on it. She had been banging on about swivel all week. It was just. I thought there was some swivel in there. I was really trying, and I guess you know exactly what it's like when you're trying so hard every day of that week, and then one of the judges picks up on that thing you've been trying to do and say you didn't do it. It's a bit of a hammer blow.
You did do it. I mean, you can just tell from the first bit when you come looking at your lollipop like that, your feet are swiveling.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
There might have been other bits where it didn't quite do it properly. And you know what Craig's like? His eyes would have been like on your
watching
feet, so.
always.
It's a strange dance. I love doing the Charleston, but it's bizarre because it's like doing the pat your head, rub your tummy every single step that you do. And none of it makes sense. But when it comes together, it's amazing. Just don't drop your partner.
Don't drop your partner.
That's a very simple thing.
That's always a good thing. Don't drop your partner. Let's move on then to salsa for you two. I know I don't have to immediately do a shoulder shift.
Because
that's like a salsa. You like this? Okay, yeah. Back to the Latin. What are you thinking? How's it gone so far in training?
It's been all right.
Pretty well, yeah. I mean, I think
see how surprised that face is. Look at that face. Surprised. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I think I've got a different feeling from last week. I think you already loved the dance, the salsa kind of way of dancing, and he picked up the routine within the first 2 hours. We'd done the routine, the whole routine.
No, with you.
No. There is a but.
Oh, good.
We've still got lifts.
Still got lifts. Salsa, you have lifts.
Yeah, so we've got to time them right, haven't we?
Let's not think about that. Let's not dwell on that. What's the most important thing about a salsa, Oro, that you've learnt so far?
Important thing about the salsa, we haven't got onto the lift, so don't drop the lady.
Yeah.
That's going to come. No, I think it's going to be hip action, and it's going to be about being light on your feet and not taking too larger steps. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah, plus we've got loads. We've got lists.
Read us
Let me get out my notepad.
Okay.
Most important thing, keep moving.
Yeah. Keep moving. Don't stop.
Keep on
Hips.
moving.
And you make it look so easy. Yeah, and don't do this. It's just what's my idea of a salsa.
I want to come to your salsa class. It seems like so much fun.
And good luck this weekend. We think you're brilliant, both of you. Keep it up. Orange That's all we have time for tonight, but fear not. We are back tomorrow at 6:30 when I'll be joined by Louise and Kevin, Ed and Katja, and Karen Clifton swivels by to teach a Charleston. Wow. And we last saw him dressed as Black Swan. Ian Waite is back for a Wednesday warm-up. Until then, good night.
The most daunting of cookery challenges is back.
It's not as simple as it first appears, is it?
Was it ever simple?
The quest for perfection begins.
It's going to